Hi, everybody. My name is Stephanie. Hashtag sold on Stephanie with eXp Realty and the HomeSync team. And today I wanted to just share some information with you that I feel like a lot of buyers and agents and sellers, the whole um, group through the process of being under contract, this is something that they struggle with. And so this is something that I'm currently going through as we speak. And trying to navigate these waters can be kind of tricky. And so I just wanted to share with you some insight from a realtor's perspective. So we've had an inspection done. It's on an older house. This house was built in 1969. So obviously, there's going to be some things that need to be taken care of on this home. But the primary concern on this particular house was one of the pier and beams under the house has lost its wedge, or one of the boards that was between the top of the pier and the bottom of the house. And so this buyer had suggested that we have a foundation technician come out and take a look at this property. And so we have had that today. And we're looking at a price tag to have that done of somewhere near $8,000. And it's not just to fix that one pier that seems to be an issue. They're wanting to come under the house and do a complete level of the entire house. Well, the concern that my client, the seller, has with doing that is when they go underneath the house to make corrections of all the pillars, is it going to move things inside the house and cause more damage? And it could very well do that. So instead of him being responsible for this, what we are going to be trying to do is offer a credit or a compensation towards the buyer's closing costs, so that after we've closed on this property, they can then hire the foundation company to come out and take care of that for them. That seems like the best scenario and what we are willing to do. However, in some circumstances, and this one kind of being one of them, it sounds like they would prefer that the seller be the one responsible for having this work done and paying it off completely instead. So this is just one of those areas where the decisions that have to be made are crucial. So I never tell my client what I think they must do. I gently encourage them to consider all their options. And in this particular situation, I told them you can have the work repaired done if it's affordable, or you can offer the contribution towards the buyer's closing cost in lieu of repairs, or you can adjust your price so that the amount of money that it takes to fix this problem is taken off of the price of the home, or you can allow them to terminate the contract and move on to the next contract and disclose what you now know about the home. So, when it comes to the realtor, when I was brand new, I used to get so frustrated going through this process. And I think the reason why I got frustrated was because I took it personal. Whenever they were trying to get my client, my seller, to do something that maybe they couldn't afford to do, or it wasn't feasible for them, I would take that so personal and it would frustrate me. But after 13 years in this business, I have found that I just have to make sure that my client understands all the options and let those persons make the decision that is in their best interest. I don't know what their financial, situation is, and I don't know if it's going to be easier or cumbersome for them to go to the process of having the work done. I don't know if it would be just easier to walk away from a little bit of the proceeds by giving that to the buyer at closing. So I don't pretend to understand. I just allow my client to think about all of the options that they have, to come up with their own plan of action and to execute that the best way they can. So, in this particular situation, I'm not sure which direction we're going to end up going in yet. As I mentioned, we just had the foundation checked and we just got an invoice for that. And oh, by the way, there's a couple of other things that they're wanting the seller to do as well. So we're just trying to navigate these waters, and I'm not going to allow myself to get personally connected to this situation. This is between a buyer and a seller. And what they come to agree on is completely up to them. I am just that middle ground negotiator that is going to do everything that I can for the at the or in the best interest of my client. And that's all I can do. I can't let it frustrate me. I can't let it frighten my client. I can't let my client feel intimidated. They've got the property. When I look at the situation like this, the seller is the seller. The property belongs to the seller, and no one can make them do something that they don't want to do. And so the only alternative is if they're being forced to do something, strong-armed into something they don't want to do, it's probably best to allow the buyer to terminate that contract. Now that the seller knows what's going on with the house, they'll redo the seller's disclosure notice, disclosing what they have found. And then they may have to adjust the price, the list price, accordingly, and then pick up the next buyer that comes along. In this situation, I have no doubt that I would be able to find another buyer for this lovely little home because we had multiple people who seemed interested in it. This was just the first offer that we got. So, as an agent, I want you to understand that when it comes to working with your sellers, don't allow yourself to get frustrated. Don't allow yourself to feel attacked because it's not about you. It is all about whether or not these two parties can come to an agreement. And you are in the middle trying to make sure that your client understands all their options. And that's the very best thing that you can do. So don't let it get you frustrated. And don't play that's not fair game, because in the world of real estate, sometimes things don't seem so fair. But there's an end that everybody wants to come to, and that is a win-win scenario. So I just wanted to share with you my perspective when it comes to working through the things that you have to work through following an inspection when there's possible repairs that need to be done. So I hope this helps you. And perhaps maybe y'all can give me your comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. I love my clients. I'll do everything that I can to stand up for them. But in the end, I have to remember that it is their decision. And all I have to do is present all their options. Let them choose. So I hope you all have a blessed day. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.